Hello everybody, welcome back to Leeton. My name's Jace and this channel is about our journey to become more self-sufficient in veg, fruit, eggs and maybe some honey. And as you can see, it is a miserable bank holiday Sunday. It was meant to be quite nice this morning and then rain this afternoon, and I got up early specifically to enjoy the nice weather, and they've just totally messed up the forecast and it's raining now. And the new forecast is heavy showers this morning with a few dry spells in between, so it's going to be a bit of a stop-start day, I think, in and out of the shed. But that's all right, we've got to get on with stuff. Things have got to happen. So today I need to get my courgettes out. Now I know it's early and I know a lot of you are probably going, they're going to die. Well, they probably will, but they're far too big to be kept inside anymore. And that's because, one, I started them too early, but two, I've been growing them in the conservatory, which effectively has been a heated greenhouse, and I didn't really give that a lot of thought. I just thought it was going to be a good place to germinate things, and I wasn't wrong. It was too good, and they're actually growing courgettes, so I need to get them out. So in that raised bed over there, the last one, the third one along, I'm going to build a polythene structure to put them in, and then on an evening, on a night time, maybe light a candle or two in there to take the chill off. Now for the next few nights that's probably not going to be an issue because we're going to stay above 10 degrees according to the forecast, but next week we are getting down to 6, so hopefully I can keep them going until the weather does warm up, if this spring ever does warm up properly. But right, so I need to get some tools, some polythene and some timber, and we'll make a start. Every time I start work it rains. Okay, so I've been and raided our scrap timber pile. I'll never throw anything away, always find a use for stuff. So the plan is going to be a stake in this corner, a piece of wood from the wall to there, and another piece from there to that wall over there, and then a stake in the middle with a plant pot on it or something, so that we've got a pitched roof for the polythene, so that all the water runs off, and then the sides will get held down with bricks just as some weight. And then I can get 4 courgettes in there and a butternut squash I've got growing, and I think the butternut squash I'm going to plant in that corner and try and train it this way, and maybe even out and along the ground here, or maybe on some hooks or something along the front of this wall. And hopefully with some candles in here on a night, that will keep these plants warm enough for the next few weeks until spring arrives properly. didn't think of that when I did my marrowfat peas, did I? I've got no gutter on that shed, and it's dripping straight where I put the carrots. Oh joy. Alright guys, so these are courgettes that have been growing in the garden room, and they're running out of energy, as you can see. They're desperate to be planted out now. So I'm going to put them in here. Now, because they've been grown in a pot, the plant's grown out the side of the plot and then hung down, so I'm going to have to sort of plant them a little bit like this to try and keep, and hopefully then the leaves and everything will just straighten themselves up and it will grow normally. We'll see. Okay, so this is a butternut squash that's been growing, and I've got a rogue tomato plant in there as well. So what I'm going to do is put the squash at the back and then grow it this way, and maybe even over the wall and along the ground or along some hooks or something on the wall. And this tomato plant, I'm going to do the little trick. So, you know, you can take your side shoots, as Steve at Greenside Up has showed us all many times. I'm going to try it with this, and I'm just going to take that leaf off, and I'm going to snap it, take that one off as well, and I'm going to snap it about there, and I'm just going to stick that in the ground over here. just to see if it will form any roots, and when it does I can dig it out and move it on somewhere else. So butternut squash at the back. Grow it towards the front. You've got to get this tomato plant out there as well. There we go. There we go, 4 courgettes, 1 rogue tomato plant that I've just put in there basically as a cutting. See if it develops some roots. If it does, I'll then move it on. And butternut squash at the back, which I'm going to train towards the front hopefully, and then maybe along this wall or along the ground. So I'm going to cover these up now with the polythene, and then later on tonight I'm going to come out and just put a couple of little candles in here just to keep them warm overnight. Probably not so important tonight because it's going to be quite warm anyway, but next week it will certainly help them. And it should be noted that I have been hardening these off for about a week or so on the nice days as well, so it's not a complete shock to them. I'm actually quite pleased with that. That's come out all right. So yeah, it's given me an idea actually. I might, on all 3 of these beds, make a proper wooden frame hinged to the wall so that I can lift them and open them a little bit, just for heat and what have you. Let some heat out if it's too hot. And I was at a customer a few weeks back, and they're having their conservatory roof done and having it redone, sorry, and they're going to have a load of polycarbonate coming off it, and I asked if I could have it and she said yes. So that could be a real win-win. Timber frame, polycarbonate top and sides and front, and have 3 fold up cold frames effectively on those 3 beds. Food for thought, that is. Okay guys, we shall see how they get on. But these are only 5-hour candles, but I'm not actually worried tonight. It's going to be 10 degrees, so but I've got some much bigger candles I can use next week when it's going to be much colder. Okay guys, that about wraps it up for another one. I don't know if you can just see the glow of the candle in there. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. Thanks very much. See you next time.